up, everybody? This is a review for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta Season 4, Episode 12. It picks up where it left off, where Rashida, you know, she's banging on the door at the hotel room that she thought Kirk was in there with Ashley or whatever. And Ashley, she answers the door. She's like, what the fuck? I'm trying to give me some. And, of course, you know, like I had already said, you know, Kirk, he wasn't even in there. And, all of that was just extra, just to give us a cliffhanger or whatever, and it's really not much to talk about. He wasn't in there. She was in there with his girlfriend, with her girlfriend or whatever, and I'm like, okay, hey, do your thing, I ain't mad, whatever. And you know, Kirk, he was glad that Rashida still cares. You know, she goes to his room, they're all kissing. That did seem like it was a real scene, that part of it, because he seemed like, oh, okay, she still cares. Yeah, you're lucky she still cares about your dog-ass Kirk. But anyway, moving along, let's talk about the scene with Scrappy. He thinks it's time for him to step up and, you know, show Bambi that he appreciates her or whatever. So, he pulls out a box as if it's a ring, though. That's the part I don't like. It's like, if it's not a ring, if you're not going to surprise propose or, you know, make a commitment, then don't put whatever you're giving her in a box, because she really loves him and she's there for him and all that. She was probably really excited, like this was her moment, and then it wasn't a proposal, you know. So I don't like that shit, but whatever. He pulls out the box like it's a ring, and he presents her a key to his place. Okay, that's all nice and dandy, whatever. But you know, Bambi, she's like, this is good, but you know, I need you to fix your shit with Erica first, because you know, if your kid's gonna be over there and all that, she wants things better with Erica, which I applaud, you know, Bambi for that, stepping up, you know, and you know, she wants to also feel comfortable if she's going to be in his house, in his home, you know. She feels like, you know, they need to get everything right first. So, you know, Scrappy, he mans up and, you know, he realizes too that, yeah, you know, he needs to get his shit right with Erica. Moving along to the Mimi and Jazzy Face scene. Mimi goes to apologize for the shit that happened with, when they had met up that time with, when Jessica Dime acted an ass and Tiffany Fox was there and Mimi, and you know, he accepts her apology, but he's still not interested in Dime, but he says he is interested in Tiffany Fox, which is weird, because to me, didn't Fox already tell Mimi she's good on Mimi, like, I don't need you managing me, or I don't want, you know, I don't want nothing to do with you after that bullshit. So but Mimi tells us in her confession, I have some more apologizing to do, like, you know, let me go try to make things right with Fox or whatever, even though she said she was good on Mimi. That's it for that scene. The KD and Jock scene at her condo. Jock, he tells us that KD actually left him handcuffed to the table, where we had seen them the last scene where he was at the restaurant or whatever, and supposedly she really did leave him there and whatever. He didn't tell us for how long, but she did leave him like that. So supposedly this is the first time, I guess, that they're meeting up since all of that shit happened or whatever. So I guess she calls him over and he goes to her condo and to show him that he's officially divorced. Okay, that happened pretty fast. I was wondering, was it legitimate divorce papers, or was it just like paperwork where he's proven that he is moving forward with the divorce? Because it just doesn't seem like it happened, you know, that he could have made that happen that quick or whatever. But anyways, he tells her that she's divorced, and Katie's like, could you repeat that for me, please? And he's like, you heard me. And, you know, of course, Katie, she's glad to hear this. And Jock, he tells her that he's going to tell Cena that, you know, he only wants to co-parent with her, nothing else. He's going to, you know, put everybody in their place, I guess, or whatever. So, of course, you know, throughout that little scene, of course, he's spitting his little game, soft talking, whispering to her, like, you know, I want to be with you, and all that stuff. So Katie, she seems pleased, which is a shame, because it's like, whatever, he's just gonna get with you and play you, cheat on you, dog you out, all that. You're gonna be all in the same position, just like these other baby mamas, wives, whatever. But whatever, you know, you're asking for it, Katie. That's all I'm saying. Moving along to the Deb and Kalina scene. Kalina goes to the office to talk to Deb, and she tells Deb, like, basically her husband wasn't feeling her. So Deb was like, you know, okay, so where does that leave us? So Kalina's like, well, you know, it didn't take him long to sign the papers. But Deb asked Kalina, okay, so how does that feel? And Kalina says, you know, well, he feels that you're unqualified. And she starts asking Deb what can she do for her or whatever. And you could tell that Deb was already offended. Like, what? Excuse me? Don't doubt what I can do for you, whatever. As if Kalina didn't have any right to ask her what she could do for her, which I thought was a little messed up, because she could have asked that, but I don't know. Deb was real defensive or whatever. And then, of course, Kalina gets cocky because Deb is trying to get it straight. She's like, wait, hold on. Are you trying to say it's a privilege for me to work with you or something? And Kalina says, like, wholeheartedly, like, yeah, it is a privilege, you know. It is a privilege for you to work with me, you know, like, basically kind of like, do you know who I am type of thing. And then Kalina, she says, Deb, she doesn't hold back. At first, Kalina, she's like, what's the last thing you've done? And then Deb's like, what? And hold up, you know, Deb says, don't try to come for me. And then basically Deb says, you know, we're done. They say a few more things, like Deb basically says, like, I could put you out there, I could put your business, and all this. And the moral of it was that Deb felt offended. Kalina was acting kind of cocky, and whatever Deb could have done for Kalina is not going to happen now. So this gets me thinking, like, it's probably a reason why Kalina is not being managed. She might really be hard to manage. You know, that might be, you know, cutting her own throat or whatever. But moving along to the let's see. Yeah, I thought that was a shame that ended like it did, because I felt like Deb, she might have been able to you know, to get something done for Kalina, but looked like Kalina messed it up for herself. So, you know, Deb said something about, you're not going to disrespect me in my own home or something. So, anyways, let's move along to the Mimi and the Tiffany Fox scene. Mimi, she meets up with Tiffany Fox. She apologizes for the whole, the Dime, Jazzy Faye thing or whatever. Fox tells us, you know, thus far, and I like this, the way she said it. She said, everything's been amateur hour with Mimi. You know, basically doubting Mimi. But just like Dime, she says it's something about Mimi that she likes. So, Mimi tells Fox that, you know, Jazzy Faye's interested in her and not Dime. And, of course, that gets her right back on board. She's just like, oh, okay, cool, you know. And she's happy, of course, with that and learning about that. So, she says she still wants to work with Stevie J. And Mimi's like, oh, I didn't know, you know, my baby daddy's in hot demand or whatever. Which was a little confusing to me, because she knows who her baby daddy is, talking about Stevie J. And Mimi knows he was a hit maker and all that stuff. So, of course, you know, I guess, you know, these hoes, they still want to try to, you know, work with him. So, why would you be confused by that? But anyway, moving on to the Ashley, the photo shoot scene. Rashida, she says she feels a little bad about the whole incident. They talk about what happened. Rashida, she apologizes to Ashley. And side note, Ashley is so flat-chested in that, whatever it was that she had on in that confessional. I did not like that, but anyways, I felt like, you know, Rashida, she should have helped her with that outfit, since she wants to help her out or whatever. And Ashley, she opens up a little bit about her mom passing away and stuff, and she's like, she's had it rough, and Rashida, she's actually kind of nice to her, which I could appreciate. You know, have a heart. You know, the girl's telling you her mom passed away. She don't really have that mom figure, but at the same time, she's kind of asking Rashida to be that. That was a little bit weird, but it's a cute scene or whatever. Moving on to the Jock Cena scene. Jock says he loves spending time with his kids, so they're at this like place that the kids can play. Like, I don't know the name of it, but they're having a little family time, and Cena, she's hoping Jock is gonna come home and be with her and the kids. That's what she's telling us in her confessional, and I'm just like, desperation. Like, why is she still hoping for this? Whatever. She has another thing coming. So, of course, Jock, he has another agenda. He's there to tell her about how he's supposedly settling down with, you know, KD, and he just wants to co-parent with her and all that stuff. So this upset Cena. She's like, really? Like, really? You couldn't go home and get yourself together? You couldn't just sit down somewhere, and you know, why you have to jump to bed, jump bed to bed, whatever. So, but yet if he would jumped in her bed, she would have been okay with it. Whatever. She swings on him a little bit in this scene, which I thought was really ratchet, because you're in a public place, you're on a TV show, you got your kids, there's other kids around. Like, that was some bullshit. You know, that was just, I don't even know, ratchet. Like I said, she didn't care about the kids being there or whatever, and this makes her look real bad, but you know, again, she don't care. So I'm just like, where is security? Like, all these times that security want to jump in on bullshit ass fights, they should have let them fight. This is the one time we need security, because there's damn kids around and y'all sitting up there bullshitting. Whatever, Love and Hip Hop. So Jock, he tells her she's tripping, and he walks away. I'm glad he walked away, because she wanted to whoop his ass some more, and she didn't seem to have a problem to do it. She can't get mad because Jock don't want to be with her. Like, that shit is the stupidest shit. Anyways, moving along to the Jessica Dime, Mimi, Jermaine Dupri scene. Mimi, she says, she gave Dime a pep talk, kind of like, don't get your ass in here and act stupid. I'm giving you another chance. You have a chance to talk to some, you know, a good producer or whatever. Don't fuck this up. So, Dupri says, you know, let me hear your song. She gets up and she gives us this ghetto ass performance, to, you know, a glimpse of her disrespectful, you know, ratchet ass song. Dupri says the shit sounds like stripper fight music or something like that. And I died when he said that, because it was just like, that was cool to her, I guess, or whatever. I didn't know there was even a such thing, but whatever. Mimi, she asked Dupri if he got a track. He's like, no, I don't have him just sitting around. I make them, you know, when I meet the artist or whatever. So I guess they're gonna work on it, and at the end of that little scene, Mimi, she pulls in kind of slow motions, her pulling this manila folder out of her purse to give the Dime, and then they have this little moment, like MF Management for Life, just all because Mimi was able to set her up with this producer or whatever, and might be getting something going for her. Dime is all excited, and you know, she almost cries. I don't know if she does cry, I can't remember, but you know, somebody believes in me and all that. Okay, whatever. I still don't think the music thing is in Dime's, you know, future, whatever. But if she gets some help, you know, with her raps and stuff, maybe it could be, because she got the look, she got the little ratchet voice, the rap girl voice or whatever. She could do it, but she just gotta get some better quality stuff that, you know, she's working with. So anyways, moving along to the Kalina Rashida at the club scene. Kalina starts telling Rashida, you know, how the shit went totally left with Deb, and Rashida's, you know, acting surprised, like she hadn't already heard something about it. She probably heard the whole story. But anyways, then here comes Tammy. Now, before they showed us it was Tammy, I already knew it was Tammy because we seen, you know, the previews or whatever. But before they showed Tammy, Tammy's face, she was getting out of the car. She had this long dress on, of course, heels. She had this umbrella. It was like a scene. It reminded me of like a scary movie when they're trying to, you know, hide who the killer is, like all dramatic and shit. So we all know why she's there. She's Deb's, you know, daughter-in-law. So I guess she was either sent or, you know, she felt the need on her own, you know, to check Kalina for disrespecting Deb, which I think is a bunch of bullshit, because Tammy, it just almost seems like Tammy got with them before this scene, like, okay, y'all ain't gonna let her whip my ass, right? You said y'all gonna get her in case, you know, because when you look at Tammy and then you look at Kalina's thick, homegrown, fed, country-fed ass, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna ever put my money on nobody like Tammy, especially when you could tell she didn't come there to fight, because her damn skirt was to her ankles. She had a skirt, tight skirt on, heels and shit. She was not there to fight. She was just there to say some fly shit to Kalina, and then felt like she had done something, I guess, or whatever. So Kalina turns around, they tell each other hi. It starts off okay at first, and then Tammy asks her what happened with her and Deb, and Kalina's, you could tell she's a little bit offended, like, okay, why you my personal business? That's my personal business. Like, I ain't gotta tell you what, you know, whatever happened. But you know, Tammy says, that's my mother. She don't say mother-in-law, she says mother. Okay, I can appreciate that, whatever. But we all know what you mean. That's not your mom, your real mom. That is your mother-in-law. Whatever. I get what you're saying. Kalina's like, well, what did I say? What? You know, like, kind of like, what was so disrespectful? And Tammy said, you asked her about other artists. Like, who else is she working with? And Kalina's like, you know, I would have asked that about anybody. You know, and it's just, that security broke them up real fast too. So like I said, I think that Tammy was only there just to say a few words, just to kind of make an appearance or whatever. She wasn't really there to fight Kalina or whatever. But they, you know, this is another cliffhanger where we're gonna pick up off where we're leaving off this episode next week, where this still ain't gonna be shit. It's not a fight. It's not, you know. I don't know about y'all, but I just want to say this, that Love and Hip Hop is, this would be the most boring kind of, you know, season or whatever, the one that I want to review, but I'm still gonna review it or whatever. It's still fun to review, but it's just I don't know what I want to see happen or what needs to happen for me to get excited, but this is not it. But anyways, that was about it for my review. If I left something out, I'm sorry, y'all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.